encouragement to do better, hurt to be spoken by the ones who show they care. If they only knew how long, yes, I've had the hope, and how long I've been prepared. No one ever seems to care. None received from the ones, yeah, they say that they'll be there until it's too late. And I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, man, this life ain't fair. Long staring to the horizon from the trauma that I've lived through. Just a second, now I'm back. Do my best to not let it consume every waking moment of my day. Gotta keep those defenses up, because you never know when I'll take advantage of your heart. Yeah, no slack given to the ones that carry the world's problems on their back. Gotta keep pushing through all the bullshit that this life throws in my direction. No matter how hard it gets or how tired I end up, quitting just isn't in my vocabulary. It's not permitted by a soldier who's dealt with a life of pain. Just a veteran on a mission to succeed. No, you see, failure's not an option, and I know that my enemies keep on wishing the worst would happen to me, that I'd give up and throw up the white flag, but it won't happen until I can't breathe. If we can walk on water, everything will be just fine. Just say a little prayer and wait a little time. Just wait a little time. Walking on water, everything will be just fine. Just say a little prayer and wait a little time. Just wait a little time. Just wait a little time. Mirror, mirror on the wall, you didn't answer, did you miss a call? I didn't really expect you to respond, but a shirt like an indication on what to do after I pick myself back up from the fall next. No matter what I try, I can't seem to break the hex. There's gotta be some type of magical fix, or a potion, or some type of spell. Why does it feel like we're trapped in hell? Try to get back to the gates, but the doors are sealed, and the only way to get back is to make a deal. I'm sure the demon is telling the truth. Refuse to take action until your hand is forced to do. Walking on water, turning water into wine. There's something very wrong. Now I think everything will be just fine. Just say a little prayer and just wait a little time. And if that doesn't work, I got a magic spell in mind. Walking on water, turning water into wine. There's something very wrong. Nah, I think everything will be just fine. Just say a little prayer and just wait a little time. And if that doesn't work, I got a magic spell in mind. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who do I call when things start to fall apart and there's no way to stall the inevitable from getting control? You may be my only hope, not too sure if I can muster it up, the force and the strength it would take for me to compensate for the energy required to combat the dark side. The advantages that they are embedded in the mind. It may be too late to alter the fate. What kind of impact would the effect have on the outcome? If it wasn't paid attention to or focused on, instead of use, refuse to take action until your hand is forced to do. Walking on water, turning water into wine. Yeah, there's something very wrong. Now I think everything will be just fine. Just say a little prayer and just wait a little time. And if that doesn't work, I got a magic spell in mind. Walking on water, turning water into wine. There's something very wrong. Now I think everything will be just fine. Just say a little prayer and just wait a little time. And if that doesn't work, I got a magic spell in mind. If you can walk on water, everything will be just fine. Just say a little prayer and just wait a little time. And just wait a little time. Flow like the river, but never say you'll be drowned out like the ocean. For the best is you. The angels envy the importance of your existence in this universe. Was it just a curse, or does it get worse? Lay it down on the floor. Do you want more? Well, I'll be sure that we demand more from the gods. I really do adore when it goes just right. Open up another door to the quest to gather the knowledge and pass it along. Limitations of the mind leave us to feel trapped and confined to what we know. No infinitive, definitive, smaller than an ant. Way to interpret the answer that was given as a gift. We're forever to find it right in front of your fist. Let it go, you might be able to see through the mist. Exist in the wish, but don't give it your all, just enough to be missed. Give the earthbound human just a kiss. Insist on packing one thoughts before they get lost. Techniques of the immortals being passed through the lessons not being said, but being fed into the system injected. There might be a lot that we missed. Rewind it back in our reality. Is it better not to suggest a ponderment rather than dictate the will of another? The best can be taken within the chest, like a river, but never say you're drowned out like the ocean. For the best is you. The angels envy the importance of you in this universe. Was it just a curse, or does it get worse? Or is it better than ever before? Lay it down on the floor. Do you want more? Well, I'll be sure that we demand more from the gods. Yes, I really do adore when it goes just right. Open up another door to the quest to gather the knowledge and pass it along. But I'm not too sure they can fully grasp what's going on until it's past the moment. Seize it for what it is, living through the time in which a plan that's a lie. See exactly what you need in your mind, project it out and say it in a line with the positivity. Feel the negativity start to decrease. Feel the negativity start to decrease. Feel the ocean for the best start to decrease. Feel the negativity, the importance start to decrease. So like the river, but never say you're drowned out like the ocean. For the best is you. The angels envy the importance of your existence in this universe. Was it just a curse, or does it get worse? Lay it down on the floor. Do you want more? Well, I'll be sure that we demand more from the gods. I really do adore when it goes just right. Open up the door to another quest to gather the knowledge and pass it along. 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 Hey, good morning and salutations. I've debated in my head way too many times on how exactly I wanted to say this. It's not exactly what you say, but how you emotionally relay the vocabulary, the matter that contradicts the normal type use of the terminology, confined to the cave that you create to metaphorically keep you safe from the outside, kind of having any type of influence on your mind. If you let them, they will steal your time. Fuck that, I value mine way too much for you to negatively influence any part of the line of which I travel. Can you feel the hurt that I hide between these eyes, or is it too camouflaged? You need a reason to take the time to actually perceive it instead of letting it slip by without any type of acknowledgement. How many times have you been in the right place at the wrong moment, at a line of the current progression of the lesson that is being taught by life itself? Love is the main thing. No amount of the wealth can change that fact or the feelings that it brings. You catch me in a thought or a daydream, but it's probably not anything you should place your concern on. We often find ourselves guardians of possessions that we didn't earn. How long was it before you started to honestly learn? Place the flag to mark the introduction into the first conspiracy. There's a tragic tendency for them to only focus on the ones that bleed communication communication done on a higher level frequency than the ones we tend to believe. I tend to have the inclination that if we only focus on it logically, it will only be discovered in time by a machine. Maybe if we bring back the third of two who aren't working anymore, we just need to re-invoke the primordial hunger for the knowledge. Maybe it will catch your attention for longer than 5 seconds. Oh, what's the new trend, the tactic that's been funded by the elites to take advantage of the people? Because we are too weak to speak together, to fight and put fear into the hearts, to get them to see that if they don't start doing what is right and cause us to remember what it was like to be one as a country and not individuals just trying to survive and heal our wounds every time we have to bleed and sweat for what we need. It only becomes logical of what we'll be sure to endure. There are plenty of movies that foretell the scenario of how it will go, and either side will forget before it happens. So let's come together before we don't have another chance. Oh, get yourself prepared for the mission of waking up the world. There sure seems to be a lot that seems to be missing. If we only had a way to show them that we aren't fake, maybe if we tell them that we came out of Platos Cave. Get yourself prepared for the mission of waking up the world. There sure seems to be a lot that seems to be missing. If we only had a way to show them that we aren't fake, maybe if we showed them that we came out of Platos Cave. Get yourself prepared for the mission of waking up the world. There sure seems to be a lot that seems to be missing. If we only had a way to show them that we aren't fake, maybe if we showed them that we came out of Platos Cave.
Do you know what a shooting star is?
Yeah.
You make a wish?
Yeah, what is that?
You make a wish on a shooting star?
Yeah, star.
A shooting star?
Yeah, shooting star.
Reflection in the water causing a ripple. Was it the most difficult moment that made it seem so simple? Quiet moments where someone should have spoke, but now it's lost and there won't be any hope. Maybe looking to the stars will help us reach a new level on how we can go. Shooting stars bursting across the sky, I wonder how far it will reach before I lose sight. Yeah, wish for all that hope, there it goes. Another moment where I should have made one, a wish for the kiss instead of letting it slip by. Damn, please tell me another chance exists, and if there isn't, I guess I'll have to make one up. Won't I intellectually, periodically invited with some wisdom that just might be possibly the best you ever could believe in. Transcend into a darkness with, be able to return without a hint of the occasion. Reach for the stars, there's a sick shooter aimed at the ready to do harm to you. Do you flinch upon your own without a hint of regard to who was the one who initiated it? In the land of false freedoms, it becomes hard to tell who's led by the lies, but it becomes pretty evident that nothing that can happen will be a surprise. Take the time and realize things aren't the way that they say, and it's pretty evident that they will always have it just their way. Predictive algorithms dictate what you see. No need to think for yourself when Alexa can't read your mind. Artificially intelligent, but without that phone, how long could you survive? What would you do if you lost your connection to all the violence and the drama? Would you die from the anxiety of having to actually communicate more respectfully? Reflection in the water, making those ripples. Was it the image that you saw that was the most difficult, causing everything to seem so simple? Because no matter how hard it gets, I just wasn't taught how to quit, how to quit, how to quit. Reflection in the water, making those ripples. Was it the image that you saw that was the most difficult, causing everything to seem so simple? Because no matter how hard it gets, I just wasn't taught how to quit, how to quit, how to quit. Twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are. Yay!
Do you know what a shooting star is?
Yeah.
You
no sound to be heard except when I exhale a breath in the bass from the trunk of the Monte Carlo wrecked up the street where no one have been in. Have you ever been here before? Because I can't still feel the pieces of your heart that you left. Not a lot, just enough for me to catch a hint. Maybe I should take them inside and with all the aspirations to the thumb of the music, turn it up in my soul and turn this into one of those influential, impactful type of moments that you're sure to never forget. So hold on to your hats, cause here we go, and just know I'm not liable for you to wanna lose control. All that matters is finding that happiness that makes everything shine like it's gold. So if you got it, let it out your soul. Turn up the music and feel it in your soul, because I don't think that they can recall what it was like before we had television and everything to distract you from having a good musical session with some good friends. And there's nothing better than how it feels when your heart is in the flow. So what do you say that we bring it back and remind the world what it was like when we all had the same goal? It starts with the step, followed by a breath, the feeling inside that you get when you're tired of dealing with the same old routine of bullshit. When you wanna just get ahead instead of thinking about it every day, stuck in your head, so much stress on your chest that it becomes a test to even attempt anything, let alone your best. So fuck that today, we got a world to conquer one mind at a time. Introduce a new trend, like treating others like a friend and spreading that love and helping others when they get the short end of the stick. Cause we don't often pick the cards that we are dealt, but we can still feel the holes left from the tragedies from the will that is instilled in the music. So if you got it in your soul, let it out, cause here we go. Turn up the music and feel it in your soul, because I don't think that they can recall what it was like before we had television and everything to distract you from having a good musical session with some good friends. And there's nothing better than how it feels when your heart is in the flow. So what do you say that we bring it back and remind the world what it was like when we all had the same goal? Turn up the music and feel it in your soul, because I don't think that they can recall what it was like before we had television, everything to distract you from having a good musical session with some good friends. And there's nothing better than how it feels when your heart is in the flow. What do you say we bring it back and remind the world what it was like when we all had the same goal? Turn up the music and feel it in your soul, because I don't think that they can recall what it was like before we had television and everything to distract you from having a good musical session with some good friends. And there's nothing better than how it feels when your heart is in the flow. So what do you say that we bring it back and remind the world what it was like when we all had the same goal? Hey, bro, you heard of that new simulation game? It's called Life. You should check that shit out, yo. Let's play around. Put the coin in the spot that initiates the sequence. Are we ready to go? Yes, I don't think we brought any patience. But what's the matter, yo? You're gonna be the one that loses this round. Watching the ones and zeros get scattered and learning how to manipulate them, then put them back down in a pattern. Just to make my way through the maze of information written in a way for you to play but never win. Oh, I hope there's an NPC that I can trade in my brain for highly upgraded model. It seems I lack the funds and I must complete the mission to obtain enough credits. Okay, well here goes nothing. Hope that I can remember the cheat code and put it up, down, left, right, down, A, B, Y. Don't know if I did it right. Just hoping that it still works to destroy the zero boss and just break free. Don't wanna cause a malfunction and lose all my XP. Yeah, this life is, yeah, just a game. You gotta make sure that you figure out how to play. Who is on your side and who is just in your way. Most of the times, yeah, those can be the same. Yo, this life is, yeah, just a game. You gotta make sure that you figure out how to play. Who is on your side and who is just in your way. Most of the times, yeah, those can be the same. Hey, where you been? Often is the question that I'm asked, pretending that I have a reasoning for the distraction that I seem to find myself in. It's where I am, way too wrapped up on my thoughts. Start to wonder and imagine what it's like to have a focus of a billionaire. How I got there, but I'm really never really ever prepared for where I may go next. Yeah, procrastinating, don't really care to share those dark places that I try to not have to escape. But sometimes the fun to just to pass the torture in the pain of being out on the streets. No place comfortable to try to replace my environment. But no matter how many times they get discussed, they still leave a hole in the soul. Self-medicate to try to turn all the weed to ash. Buy another bag just to ease the pain. Taking a blast to the moon, stepping off the spaceship, yelling out what it do. I've come to open his mind, remind you what it's like to use them, but they're too confused because it's been way too long since they tried to use them, but do anything but try to survive instead of getting trapped and confined. Limitations, you get comfortable being in just to put your pride aside. Trust me, I've been there too, yeah, for quite a few places to talk. Never know when one day you'll love another, then she flips out and find another's attention with a life-altering change. Hey, make a plan for the positivity. Do you feel it possibly becoming more evident in our reality? Or was that just a notion that was conjured up in a dream? No actual to apply it to this life. Nah, fuck that. I don't give a damn if it takes all my mind and energy to fill my mind of what it was like before we forgot to care about another instead of looking at each other as competition. Then yes, that sincerity is pretty rare, but I got it and I'd like to share some with you if you give a damn or care. Taking a blast to the moon, stepping off the spaceship, yelling out what it do. Do you ever get trapped in your mind? Yeah, well, me too. Maybe we can help each other, yeah, through this world, yeah, through taking a blast to the moon, stepping off the spaceship, yelling out what it do. Do you ever get trapped in your mind? Yeah, well, me too. Maybe we can help each other through this world, yeah, maybe through this world. Taking a blast to the moon, stepping off the spaceship, yelling out what it do. Do you ever get trapped in your mind? Yeah, well, me too. Maybe we can help each other through this world, yeah, maybe through this world. Taking a blast to the moon, stepping off the spaceship, yelling out what it do. Do you ever get trapped in your mind? Yeah, well, me too. Maybe we can help each other through this world, yeah, maybe through this world. Going deeper in that dark, sick place. Ended up alive and it was twisted like a maze. And there's no use, no matter matter how you try. Taking a deep breath, remembering why. So I'm going deeper in a dark, sick place. Ended up realizing it was twisted like a maze. And there's no use, no matter how you try. Take a deep breath, remembering why. Why is it? No matter how hard I try, people just don't wanna open that third eye. Perception is everything, but it comes down to the case. Looking back at the situation, hope you could erase everything to make it the way that it was when it felt so safe and you had all of that love. But just like that, yo, it could just change to anything to try to keep it the same. But it's not a battle that could be won this time. Gotta go on your own path, then make your own line. Struggling with the pain of what was lost, feeling with the motivation no matter what the cost. Taking it one step at a time, hoping that I don't get trapped up in your own mind. Been waiting for the answers to come, but they don't want it, so I just stay here looking dumb. So I'm going deeper in that dark, sick place. Ended up realizing it was twisted like a maze. And there's no use, no matter how you try. Taking a deep breath, remembering why. So I'm going deeper in that dark, sick place. Ended up realizing it was twisted like a maze. And there's no use, no matter how you try. Taking a deep breath, remembering why. Yeah, I get there too, I felt so blue. And sometimes I really don't know what to do. I get there, yeah, trapped in my mind. I'm looking for the answers, but I can't seem to find the signs. I'm looking for the way to get me back to that place where I felt like I was on track, but I don't think I can. And it's very clear that you don't have a notion in your heart and you disappear every time it gets harder. Looking for the emotion, hearing this fucking shit, yeah, there is no commotion that will get it back. Looking at the past, wishing that it would come and find your ass, but you don't understand it and you look away. Every time I get there, all I see is pain. Trying to get the fuck out of this sick maze, but I just can't, and this is where I stay. So I'm going deeper in that dark, sick place. Ended up realizing it was twisted like a maze. And there's no use, no matter how you try. Taking a deep breath, remembering why. So I'm going deeper in that dark, sick place. Ended up realizing it was twisted like a maze. And there's no use, no matter how you try. Taking a deep breath, remembering why. So I'm going deeper in that dark, sick place. Ended up realizing it was twisted like a maze. And there's no use, no matter how you try. Taking a deep breath, remembering why. So I'm going deeper in that dark, sick place. Ended up realizing it was twisted like a maze. And there's no use, no matter how you try. Taking a deep breath, remembering why. Dark, sick place, twisted like a maze. No matter how you try, remembering why. Dark, sick place, twisted like a maze, remembering why.